to Scrapyard Diecast Racing.
As always, I'm your host, Barnabas Tone.
And this is me, your co-host, Frederick Allen Seto.
As you could tell by that opening title card, these are the finals.
Wow! I am so excited for the finals, Barry. I'm even more excited for my ultra super secret bonus at the end of it all. But I'll go into further detail about that later. Let's get into the reason why we are all here. Assassin number 1, Speed Buggy, the finals. And here's a quick recap just in case this is your first time here at the Scrapyard and you don't know anything about today's racers.
Big race today.
Up first, it's Speed Buggy, the first car we've ever had at the Scrapyard to drive itself. He sent Speed Racer back home to Pops in race 4. Then he ended the Ninja Turtles party in the first race of the semi-finals. And Speed Buggy will be facing the leader of the gang of assassins, Assassin number 1. He got here today by beating Snake Eyes to the point of vehicular seppuku in the very first race of this tournament. Then in race 3, his teammate, Assassin number 2, took out the Scooby Gang and himself to give his boss a free pass into the semi-finals, in which Assassin number 1, with only 3 wheels, beat the world's fastest car, the GRX, in the most explosive race in Scrapyard history.
Now that the introductions are out of the way, let's get up to the guillotine gate and get these finals started. Here we are at the guillotine gate. Starting off in lane 1, it's Assassin number 1. And in lane 2, it's Speed Buggy.
Barry, just look at those two. Could they be any more different? Speed Buggy's wheels are taller than the Assassin's whole car. The Assassin only has 3 wheels. No one is at Speed Buggy's wheels. Speed Buggy is a car that talks. The Assassin is a driver that's silent. Could they be any more different? You know what? I just can't wait any longer. Let's get it started, Chipmunk.
3, 2, 1, go!
Assassin cuts in!
Whoa!
Who put the antifreeze in my carburetor? Yeah.
Speed Buggy is out! Assassin on his roof!
He grinds to a standstill.
This one is all over. That was quite a start to these finals, Al. Very exciting. The Assassin gets the jump off the line coming out of the guillotine gate.
And then, coming down Nevada, he immediately cuts in front of Speed Buggy.
And he immediately goes into a perpendicular block.
Speed Buggy is desperately trying for a pit maneuver, but it's nearly impossible. I guess that's the advantage of only having one rear wheel.
Then coming into car line corner, the Assassin forces Speed Buggy high into the turn. And that causes one of those aforementioned huge rear tires to burst as it rubs against the outside wall.
What's really amazing is even with a blown tire, Speed Buggy manages to deliver an amazing block against the Assassin, flipping him over. I guess that's the disadvantage of only having one rear wheel.
Yet still impressively, the Assassin manages to scrape his way down Clunker Canyon.
Unfortunately, he just nicks that final clunker on the way out, and that might have been all it took to slow him down just enough to only get halfway down the boulevard.
A massive tire blows out, sees Speed Buggy end up with only 3 good wheels. But the Assassin, who only had 3 good wheels to start with, ends up on his hood with no wheels at all, leaving both racers with 0 wins on the scorecard. Here we are back at the gate. A quick lane change sees Speed Buggy now in lane 1, and the Assassin shifts right to lane 2.
Barry, that's a really tight lineup. Looks like they're in a very aggressive formation even before the gate goes up.
3, 2, 1, go!
They go wide?
Speed Buggy is off track!
Assassin hits the clunkers!
He's out of control!
Assassin crosses the line!
And destroys another camera.
Well, Barry, it looks like they fooled me. I thought they were lining up tight to start crunching fenders once the guillotine gate went up, but instead, they actually went wide coming down Nevada and completely avoided each other.
And they accelerate so fast the assassin can't keep those three wheels on the track and actually appears to be floating through the bottleneck.
Meanwhile, it's Speed Buggy who can't slow down coming into Carmine Corner, and he goes flying violently off the track.
The assassin trying hard to regain control in Clunker Canyon goes once again into that final clunker.
And that sends him spinning faster than the main rotor blade on the Yellow Jacket. But he does make it across the line.
Unlike our finish line cam, which does not make it.
Well, the assassin spins his way onto the scorecard for the first time. Speed Buggy now needs to win the next heat in hopes to tie things up and force a tiebreaker. Here we are, back at the guillotine gate for the final heat.
We are back to the original starting positions with assassin number 1 in lane 1 and its Speed Buggy in lane 2.
For the final time, take it away, Alvin.
3, 2, 1, go!
Assassin blocks.
Assassin gaining speed!
Speed Buggy struggles to keep up. Assassin warp speeds across the line. Wow, that was nuts!
Let's break it all down, Al.
Well, Barry, we got a nice, blazing fast start off the line.
The assassin, knowing he can't allow the buggy to win, immediately goes in for a block coming down Nevada.
Then, Speed Buggy sends himself into a spin, trying to break free of that block. That was a great move.
While it did allow the buggy to break free, it gave the assassin the opportunity to open up that three-wheeler and go all out into Carmine Corner.
Then, he expertly uses one of the clunkers to straighten out and increase his speed even more.
And the buggy tries valiantly to use that moment to catch up.
But it doesn't matter, because the assassin is traveling at a blinding speed down the boulevard.
In semi-final race 2, the GRX actually broke the sound barrier, delivering a jaw-dropping sonic boom. And while that might be the greatest speed ever achieved on the Scrapyard track, he unfortunately didn't make it across the line. That is all to say, the assassin may have attained the fastest speed across the line ever in Scrapyard history. He didn't just go into the finish line, Cam, he went through it. It instantly vaporized upon impact. If I didn't have to fill out and fax an expense report in triplicate, I'd almost be stunned to the point of speechlessness.
Barry, I love it when you get speechless. It always involves you blabbing for at least 5 minutes. Hey, but who's keeping score?
You! That's literally your job right now.
Oh yeah, I forgot. With that speed record-breaking win, the assassin puts his second win on the scorecard. And with that, while he may have won the finals, he hasn't won it all yet. There's still my ultra super secret bonus at the end of it all. He has to win one final race. And if you've been paying attention, in race 1 I said there would be some special rules for that event. What will they be? You'll have to tune in to see. See what I did there, Barry? Tune in, like cartoons. Where would this channel be without my comedy, Barry?
Probably at 1 million subscribers.
Hey!
Anyway, fans, please join us next time for the grand finals. And to make sure you don't miss that event, subscribe to the Scrapyard so you don't miss that race or any of our races. As always, it's been my pleasure being your host. On behalf of myself and Al, this is Barnabas Tone, saying thank you and good night.